That was fun. I've never written a letter to the government or the king before. I feel empowered, strangely. But anyway, let's talk about policing the woke. Good afternoon. Welcome back, ladies, gents, and Pikachus. Oh, this is going to be a tough one. So, in relation to my previous 2 videos about us volunteering ourselves to make citizens arrests and help out our police, I thought I would make this video. What we're going to need to do is strengthen ourselves, both in mind, spirit, and also body. We are going to have to toughen up, and we are going to have to take the fight to the criminals, but in a legal, moral way. We cannot have them thinking that their way is successful, so much so that we were willing to copy it in order to get our own way. That is just as lawless as the criminals themselves. So, here is my solution. I said before, we all need to write to His Majesty the King, we need to write to Number 10, the Home Secretary and the Commissioner of the Police, and we need to demand attention for this and a solution, at least a conversation that's going to lead to a solution. And if we need to be the ones to go out on the streets and push the law and bring back criminals and hand them over to the police along with the evidence and witnesses, then we should be willing to do that. Absolutely, we should be willing to do that. I'm willing to do that. Pretty much everyone I know is willing to do that. Now you understand why I quit smoking weed. We need to purify our behaviour. If we are going to be the ones to go out, fish these assholes off the streets and hand them over to the police, we need to make sure that our own morality is in order and our lives are crime free. So that's the solution for me. Until they can come up with something better, until we can get the amount of resources necessary to support our police officers properly, and stop sending them off completely demoralised, knowing full well that they don't have the resources or even the numbers to combat the crimes that we are reporting. Until we're willing to do that, then we should just shut up and get back in our box, because we're just prattling. For instance, when you see a story about someone on Twitter who's making Twitter posts, being mouthy, saying hurty words, being arrested, and it drives us mad. We all go mad for that, and we do. But let me tell you why they have to do that. That one person on Twitter is motivating 100 more people to make similar videos and to decry the law and to commit crimes, and then those 100 posts are reaching 100,000 people. Now, I don't need to tell you, out of those 100,000 people, a large proportion of them are even thinking about doing crimes. They know there's going to be no punishment, they know there's going to be no investigation. So it encourages lawlessness, and it all came from that one Twitter post. So if you're the police and you're prioritising your time and your resources to try and lower the amount of crime that's happening, that Twitter post is as good as a murderer. Almost. You have to take that guy down. And you know it's going to be unpopular. So you send a tiny 3'7" Gurkha lady police officer because she's not going to be attacked on the way out. It's strategy. They know it's unpopular. They know we're not going to like it and we don't want to see it. But they also know if they leave that person's Twitter post up, 100 people copy it, 1,000 people copy it, 100,000 people copy it, and it makes more crime. And they don't have the resources to solve the crimes that are already there. So in conclusion, ladies, gents and Pikachus, we should not be agitating people with social media. We should stop that. It's a complete waste of time and resources, and it actually puts the power back in the hands of criminals. It motivates more crime. So we have to stop that. We have to be moral and we have to be mature about our actions, our own behaviours. So that's the end of this video. I really hope that I'm getting through to people with this series. I'm going to carry on with this series as well, policing the woke. And hopefully we'll get somewhere with it when everyone's written to His Majesty the King, written to Number 10, written to the Home Secretary, and written to the Commissioner of Police and demanded action. Not just said, please can we have. Demand that action. Say, I will not vote until this is done, or at least discussed. Because what's the point in a vote? What's the point in a democracy? If you put rules on the table and they're just ignored. Or even worse, it's only the law abiders that are limited by those laws, and the criminals get free rein to do whatever they want, and it's only us law abiders who get punished because we admit to the things we do. We don't lie, we don't hide evidence, We don't manufacture a scenario where people are going to get away with crimes. It cannot go on. And like I say, it's only going to get worse. So we need to be responsible for our own communities. I volunteer. I am willing to police this street. I am willing to be the person who goes out and polices this street under risk of my own safety. I don't care. It means so much to me. It means so much to me that law and order is returned to this street, to all the streets around here, to your street. Because what are we if we don't have law and morality? We're just thugs and criminals and Philistines. We're no better than those criminals that we decry. And we are better. Normal British people are the best of the best. We just are, and we know that. So let's stop talking about it and start proving it with our actions and our behaviours. Okay, so that's the end of this video. I hope this was, I hope it got through to you, and I hope you enjoyed it, but I hope that it changed your mind and it motivated you to do something positive and proactive so we can all go out, kick the asses of the criminals and bring law back to our streets and safety and security. And that's the end of this video, so I'll see you in the next one, and hopefully you're already on the email or the pen and paper and you're writing out that letter. Okay, so that's it for now. I'll see you in the next one. Bye now. I think that's the real problem here. People are much more willing to talk on social media and do nothing than they are to talk in real life and do something. Ladies, gents and Pikachus, let's get those letters written and sent, signed, sealed and delivered. See you in the next one.